Hello there, people of the internet. My name is Udwo Jagera, and this is Dialogues with Jagera. I was trying to soften my lips. The guy that I spoke with the other day was having very dry lips.
Toxic lip balm. My sister got me a very nice one, a very nice lip balm. I'm like, how do you people stay with this thing on? Mimi nitakula yote. It's strawberry. Nitalamba yote.
Nah, gali. How are you doing, Malela?
I'm doing good.
You know, a lot of women are telling me, Bana, that boy that is always traveling the world, Bana. Unipatie yeye.
Hey. Wako wapi Jagero?
You're a bachelor?
I am a bachelor.
Are you looking?
I'm looking.
For a girl?
A woman.
What is your top three?
Top three.
The things that you're looking for in a woman. Top three.
A fellow lover of travel, first of all. And then a Christian.
What do you mean by a Christian?
A Christian is someone who believes in Jesus. Because, it's very important.
Okay.
Because I'm an ardent Christian. I'm born again. So if we disagree on, because a lot of my worldviews are affected by my Christianity.
What is being born again?
Being born again.
Yeah.
Kuzalewa tena na kuzalewa upya. You know, the problem with being a Christian, if you start explaining, you'll be preaching.
You preach. Why
Anyway.
people come here and preach about Hinduism? Why are you? Why?
I should not shy away.
Jesus said that my people are ashamed of the gospel.
Jagero, I've taken back. What can you be? So anyway.
Yes. What is being born again?
Being born again is to just discard your initial beliefs.
Okay.
Take up the beliefs of Christianity, but in Jesus specifically.
What are the beliefs of Christianity?
So I believe, first of all, that Jesus came to this earth and lived and died because of my sins. He actually physically came to this world. I'm convicted, so.
Your sins?
Yeah.
Your sins from where?
My sins from birth.
You were born a sinner?
We are born inherently sinful.
We are born inherently sinful?
Yes.
Meaning that there is a Bible verse that says that that the forefathers ate sour fruits, but it is the children that are having their teeth set in part.
Yes, I know that Bible verse. So I do believe we are inherently sinful. So the only reason why I started believing in Jesus Christ is because I'd lost purpose at some point in life.
How did you?
I just felt like life had no meaning. I was like, why are we here on earth? What are we doing here? So I was trying to look for it within myself. I was a young boy thinking about it now. But I guess I was convinced that Jesus, I found purpose in thinking that there's somebody bigger than me out there somewhere. I don't want to say in the sky, who made me, who is the reason I exist, and who actually acknowledged my existence. That's the basic reason why I started believing in Jesus Christ.
You know, I was born again in 1998.
Hey, I was 3 years old.
Can I tell you the story?
Tell me the story.
My family was, there was a lot of shit going on in my family. And our neighbor at home was Nyathiodie. Do you know Nyathiodie?
No, I don't.
Nyathiodie is somebody that is born in Christianity. Like, the family is a Christian family.
Yeah.
The father, the mother are staunch Christians, going to church every Sunday, are sort of seniors in the church, and they know nothing but the church.
Yeah.
So those are called Nyathiodie.
Odie. Oh,
yes, Odie means a faithful household.
Faithful house, yes.
Or a house of faith. You know. So this boy, he told me there is a time that they were going for prayer and fasting. I think he lied that they were going for a conference, but it was a prayer and fasting. So we went there and they were preaching. You know, those guys used to preach one. Those guys, I don't know if you know the church called Ayuagra.
I know Ayuagra very well.
a house of Salvation and Healing Church.
I know it. Vosh.
Vosh. You know Vosh?
I also know Vosh, yeah.
Yes, Vosh is where I got born again.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very radical.
Very radical. Extremely radical. People used to go there and cry to the Lord and leave their shoes there in honor of God. Yeah. Women used to go back home walking bare feet. They have prayed to the Lord. They have gone down there and cried to the Lord.
Na vile kununua viatu ushago ni ngumu.
Ni ngumu. But you see, that was the epitome of sacrifice. The height of it. That you could live, you could go back home without shoes because you've surrendered the shoes to Christ.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we went there, and this guy from what is it called? Just around Katito. He was a fiery young man, a preacher. By then he was about 25 years old. I was, I think, in 1998, I was 16. And that guy preached the Lord, about the Lord. You know? And in Ayuagra there is something called altar call.
Yeah, altar call. Hey.
Do you know what altar call is?
I know altar call.
Altar call is when they ask anybody
Who wants to get born again?
They never used to say who wants to born again. They used to say anybody who wants to surrender to Christ.
Yes, that's the other phrase.
Yes. Who wants to surrender to Christ? Ering amadwani mundu bi. Mondo wachonge piny. Mondo wachini ya. Yesu anje richo.
Ngona.
But you see, there was a lot of shit at home going on. My father was not at his best point in life. My mother was in and sick in and out of the hospital, and I think it was just bad. So at the tail end of the preaching, there is a book called Joshua 1. Do you know what Joshua 1 says?
What does it say?
Joshua 1. Can we read it?
Let's read it. Somewhere.
Joshua 1. I don't know if you know Joshua 1, but
maybe I know it, but
Joshua 1.
Let me see.
Joshua 1. Ikia Joshua 1 na devana. Kuna internet hapa.
I think niko nayo. Wacha nifungue.
Fungua bwana. Unajua me, I'm going to Google. I know you have the app.
I have the app. Actually, that's why I am on.
Yes. Joshua 1.
Joshua 1.
Joshua
I'm here.
Hey, someone.
After the death of Moses,
yes,
the servant of the Lord, the Lord said to Joshua, the son of Nun,
yes,
Moses' assistant,
yes,
Moses, my servant is dead. Now therefore arise, go over this Jordan, you and all these people, into the land that I am giving to them,
yes,
to the people of Israel.
Yes.
Every place that the sole of your foot will tread upon, I have given you, just as I promised to Moses.
Yeah.
Apple.
So now, yes. So now the preacher asked, what is it that you want that has died in your life?
Literal translation.
What is it that has died in your life? What is broken in your life?
Wow.
You know? Is it the family that is not working? Is it the family that is broken down? Is it dead? Do you feel like you don't have a father? Is your father dead? Even though he might be alive, but he's dead. Because, and then it also refers to things that you really, really wanted. Things that are in your life that you love, but you don't, but you want to leave behind.
Yeah.
So I went there and put my knees down, and the guy prayed for me. I forget his name. I wish I could remember his name, but my memory is fucked. And I came out of that place and I looked out of the window. And I kid you not, the world was new.
You felt it?
I felt some beautiful, some burden come out of me. And I started following Christ. I always say that I believe I would be dead if I had not been born again in 1998.
Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because the village was bad. My two best friends one was burnt alive.
Hey.
Because he was a thief.
Yeah.
He's the same guy who asked me that we go and steal a fisherman's food, pack lunch. And that guy almost killed us.
Mulirushia mkuki.
Bwana Panglays.
Hey.
The guy chased us.
Hey. So Jesus saved you.
So I got born again and I started walking with the Lord. although I walk through the valley of the shadow of death.
Did you fear evil?
and you know, Anna, I would not have come to Nairobi if I had not gotten born again. I am so sure as hell I would not have ended it here, because the faith with which I walked this earth, it was serious faith. You know, I am one guy who told the Lord, I woke up at 3 and talked to the Lord and told the Lord that I am going to college. And it is Nairobi I'm going to. There is an uncle of mine who lives in Nairobi. I want you to go forth and speak with him and tell him that he needs to take me in. And I'm not going to tell him. You need to tell him.
Yeah.
And I boarded a Kamba bus in Kisumu.
Ukaenda.
Nikakuja Nairobi. It was a drizzling evening.
Yeah.
And I went to that guy's house. That guy never turned me away 2 years down the line. I was there. So it is... And then when I went to school, my mother died when I was in college at class 5 months barely into college. And my mother died. My father had just died. And I prayed to God again and told him, you know what? I am in your hands. There is a Bible that says,
Yes, I know that verse.
Do you know that verse?
I know it, yeah.
I am the father of orphans.
Yeah.
Man,
you move with that in your heart.
I move with that. I am the father of orphans. And I am the husband of the widows. You know I know.
How we enjoy it. So, again, you know, we talk about people, I've seen like on many forums, people talk about how the church is toxic, the church is not helpful. Literally, all the good things that have happened to me have come from church.
Yeah.
So I think our stories are different and we should tell both sides. So see your story. It literally saved you. Somebody will say, oh, it was just you found a belief system. You know, we seek spiritual enlightenment in other things.
Hey, who tell me about that belief system? What is a belief system that the atheists talk about?
So first of all, atheists think that there is no God. They actually believe it. You know, they are also faith. They have faith. All men have faith. Some believe in self. Some believe in non-existence. Some believe in Jesus like us. But let not a man tell you is not without faith. We all believe in something. So,
but the question I wanted to ask you, Malela.
Ask me.
You know, I went to Christ because I was in shit.
Yes.
My family was breaking down.
Yeah.
You were just a child that was enjoying life.
I pretty much. So what is your question?
My question is, so what is this big sin that led you to the Lord? Were you watching porn?
High school was a tough time. That's what I will say. But let me say, mine was not because of the despair of my family. My parents took good care of me. But I do think it was, I don't know why my mind started thinking of existential things at that point. I was just like, what's the meaning of everything? Why are we even here? What are we doing? Where did we come from? Or like, what are we doing here? But I believe it was also the hormones of teenagehood. Because I was a very awkward child in my teenage years.
Yeah. How so?
I was socially awkward, first of all. I could open up to people that I'm comfortable with. But by the standards of social settings for high school, I was not. I remember getting a very big rejection letter from a girl I really love. Purity penye huko, Mungu anakuona. So I'd say I was...
Where was Purity? You saw her in the village market?
No, I went to school in Oma Bay High School. That's why I was in school.
And the other girls in the other...
Ogande Girls High School. So I knew her.
Purity.
I knew her from primary school. And that guy was beautiful for me from the first day. Berna, if I can translate that, beautiful for me.
She was beautiful for you.
Yes. So I write this letter, and I used to write letters for like the athletes and everyone. I was writing letters for people in high school. But when it came to my letter, she sent it back. So, you know, the culture was someone reads it at the front of the class. And I was not one to receive many letters. So it was a point of interest. Hey, Malela's received a letter from Ogande Girls. Kumbe it's a rejection letter. This guy reading the letter just started smiling. Kwani ni vibes gani nimeandikiwa huko ndani?
Why were they reading it? That was not good. How would they read the letter before you read it?
I allowed them. I knew it was very good news in there. I've been serenaded. It was our culture. I don't know why. People used to read letters in front of each other in school. So, Kumbe ilikuwa heartbreak. I never got over that thing until.
What did she tell you in the letter, that you are ugly?
No, she didn't exactly say, but she said I'm not her type, and also that we can never be anything aside from friends.
She friend-zoned you.
She friend-zoned
These
me.
things that women do start from way early.
Friend-zone was even when we were playing Kalongolongo. There was a boy they preferred playing with other than the other one, you know. But anyway, I was awkward in high school. I was slim. I'm still slim, but I was slimmer with baggy.
It is very interesting for people who are slim because they eat a lot, but they also...
We do eat a lot. You've seen today over lunch. I eat properly.
Yeah.
But I burn it all. I think we are active.
I think it's just body type.
So anyway, I was going back to my point. It was just an existential thing. I think I had an epiphany. I'm like, why are we? And I couldn't find that answer. But Christianity is the first thing that came to me.
Why not the Quran? Why not being a Muslim?
I will blame the missionaries. Why didn't they bring that word to me first?
Yeah.
Yes, I found God first. So.
But they also call him Allah. You don't think Allah is our God?
Yagero. No, I don't think it's the same.
It's not the same?
No, I don't think
because
so.
Somebody told me that her guru who lives in Germany is like my Jesus.
Oh. You know what?
Yeah.
Everybody should believe in their God. This forcing other people's God onto other people's God should not. I'm ostracized for saying my God is the only one true God. But a Buddhist believes Buddha is the only one true Buddha, right?
Mm.
So mine, I believe, is not Allah, is not Buddha. It's just God and Jesus.
Whenever you sleep, you don't feel like, so you're going to heaven.
I believe so in my heart that I'm going to heaven, that there's an afterlife.
An afterlife of heaven, boy. Because
heaven is an afterlife. You can only go to heaven after you pass on, unless you are Enoch, who was taken to heaven with the chariot of fire.
It was Enoch, eh? It was Elijah.
Elijah and Enoch, both. they never died. Yeah.
In a chariot of fire.
In a chariot of fire.
Hey, bwana, you kitu nikisomanga inakaa kama hata.
Naambianga watu aje, even if you don't believe in Jesus or God.
You should go read that verse.
Go and read that. That book is and God
must have been written by a Dan Brown.
Very comical people. Like Ahab, the king Ahab.
Yeah.
Was it Elijah who passed the chariots of horses? You know how fast you must be to pass, and they were wearing long robes. So I was imagining him holding his robe, passing the chariot.
That is why a lot of people are not Christian are saying,
but I'm a fiction writer, so I still enjoy reading them. I actually enjoy reading the Bible.
Even if it was a work of fiction, you will still enjoy it.
I will still read the Bible, because if I read it, I'm like, what was happening here?
Like what they did to Amalekites and Canaanites. It is horrific.
The massacres.
Yeah, the massacres among the Canaanites, Amalekites, and
I know about it, and that's one of the things atheists come to me at with.
They tell you what?
If your God is moral, why did he massacre people? Why did he allow Israelites to massacre people? You know what they don't say is they gave Amalekites and these people 400 years to repent. Do you know they were sacrificing children for rain? People don't talk about that side.
Who?
The Amalekites. They were sacrificing children. I've read the history. They were sacrificing children to bring the rain. They were literally sacrificing children. And they were warned.
About it?
For 400 years.
400 years is a lot of years.
400 years is a lot of years. And we pretend as if God was not there, we will not be killing each other. Right now, what is the use of our armies?
So you think that when we go to heaven, we are going to sit there and have podcasts there?
I think we will. If it's just singing, I will petition to God. If it's just singing, I don't want to sing forever.
Yeah.
I want to be able to talk and ask.
Do they say that we are going to be singing there?
We are going to be singing and praising, unless the praises can be formal praising. But maybe I'm thinking about it from the human
Sounds like bondage. Yeah. Singing the whole time.
Yeah, so I have questions for God. I think I have a set of questions for God. Yeah, I question God a lot. I question Christianity a lot.
Which is good. Because I think that if you're going there to have podcasts there and, talk about sex there, talk about, we ask God about this enmity, Yes. It's like bringing Ruto to a podcast and asking,
table, right?
Huyu jamaa ODM bwana unampeleka AU tena. Huyu kisirani huyu. Muulize bwana huyu jamaa anaitwa. I would like to have a podcast with Jezebel. But it's called
Beelzebul.
Yeah.
Are you referring to
Satan.
Satan, yeah. Satan, I believe that Satan must, the conversations with Satan, I would, if I say here around now, Christians are cursing when I say I would love to meet Satan. But
would you not like to meet Satan?
I want to ask why.
He's an amazing guy.
Why was there a fracas in heaven? Why was he trying to overthrow? I want to know all these things. So I question Christianity a lot.
They say that Satan was the better than most angel.
I heard so, and I believe Satan is very beautiful physically.
He's a man.
Yeah? No, I don't know if it's maybe it's gender fluid like the way they say these days. It's he, she.
Satan is he, she.
She-male. We never know, because he had a very beautiful voice. Apparently, I want to.
They say that he used to be the head of choir.
I hear so. It must be. Come on, praise and worship leader. I want to see. Praise and worship leader will be good. You must be very outstanding. So this is how I think of literally how we are speaking. These are the conversations I have in my head.
Yeah.
Because we've legalized it too much.
We've legalized Christianity too much.
We have legalized it. That's why people don't want to become Christians. Yeah. Like these people we are sending from church, like LGBTQ community. They should be having a home in church. They should be welcome in church.
They should.
Yeah.
Do you believe in what's your
stand on LGBT?
On LGBTQ?
I am straight, and I believe that men should be straight, like it should be black and white. But here's the thing people don't understand. We don't have to agree for me to love you, Jagero. In fact, I want to sit down and know if you say you're gay, help me understand. I don't believe in it. I believe a man and a woman should go. Like, it's very awkward for me for a man and a man to go. Because it doesn't make sense to me, and I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
And when I say that, I don't hate you. Come and explain to me. Jagero, we don't have to agree for us to live together.
That is the problem with the other day I had a very interesting conversation with a lady. See, ladies these days, they don't even want you to think about what they don't like.
Yeah.
You should not even think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should not even mule over it.
But what society is that if we don't think about things?
It's so, like I've been, next week I'm talking to somebody who used to be a lesbian and is now a born again.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah.
She's coming to I don't know what she's going to say.
You'll find out.
I'll find out.
Yeah.
But you see, I also don't understand this.
Yeah.
The idea of being a lesbian, and girls sleeping with girls, and men sleeping with men, and me and Malela.
Yeah, one.
Having
let me do it like the Nigerians. so
it's hard.
Yeah.
You know. But also there are things that I don't understand in Christianity.
Yeah.
So when people say, why are you a Christian? I say, for me, the only reason why I'm a Christian because I have a lived experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I have a very, very serious lived experience.
Yeah.
I was gonna die.
Yeah.
But then what do they call it? Belief system? That I constructed a belief system. That's what they say?
Yes.
That you construct a belief system.
A belief system.
And then you go with that.
And you believe with all your heart that this is what saved you. Yeah.
And it might be wrong.
It might be. See, this is what they say. We might. I'm partly looking forward to the day I die. That's a weird. Me. It's a weird statement to say.
That you are?
I'm partly I'm curious to the day I die.
Yeah.
Because I want to see what's on the other side. Because there are two possibilities. One, we might die and God does not exist at all, by the way.
That's a possibility.
Yes.
And that's a very controversial statement to say as a Christian.
It might not exist at all. But it might also exist, which I believe it does. But either way, if I die, if he exists, well and good for me. If he does not exist, it doesn't make a difference.
It doesn't?
Yeah. So I'm curious about going to the other side. If I could be a ghost, I could come back and tell you, Jagero bwana, hiki tu iko. Believe. But anyway, that's just my thought process. I have very weird. These are all the questions I have about Christianity still, but I believe. Yeah.
That is fine.
Yeah.
What do you think about women? You know what is happening right now, that women are really There is a lot of squabbling on Facebook between men and women.
Yeah.
Why don't you date, by the way? Why are you not dating? You're saying that you've not gotten I don't believe you when you say you've not gotten a man. This is going to come out badly. And I apologize to anybody who is going to be offended by this. There are so many women around. You know.
Yeah.
They're, for lack of a better word, they're ricks. No, it's not Rick. Someone else told me that. No, it's another friend of mine who is very close, by the way. Told me, Jagero, there are so many low-lying fruits.
That's a very controversial thing to say.
Yes, and you know what? Something he told me that you know what, and I'm not even going. I'm not even standing on a tiptoe.
Yeah.
To get.
They
are falling on me.
In Nairobi.
Yes, he told me that it's a lot.
So you know why men will keep benefiting from women one way or another is because even with sexual liberation, which came for women, it is still men who are benefiting as much as other women also benefit. Because sexual liberation, you are aware of sexual liberation, right? That movement, yeah? A woman owns her body. She can pleasure herself, treat herself the way she wants. If she's a straight woman, who will benefit?
The man.
The man. So anyway, he might be right because women nowadays have the right. They used to. Some women in some societies now they're not even allowed to show their face. They're not allowed to like. They wear very like you have to cover yourself. But with sexual liberation, you can have sex whenever you want with whoever you want, however you want it.
You're a man who is well traveled. You have money. So what are you? The guy? Why are you not having a woman?
I have tried.
You have tried looking for a woman?
I have dated before, Jagero. Actually, let me tell you about my last heartbreak was really bad. It's beautiful Kamba woman.
Yeah?
Very beautiful.
Very beautiful. Kamba women can be beautiful.
Oh my gosh, she was dead drop gorgeous.
A goddess.
A goddess. And we were very good lady. We met in church.
Another story of church.
Another story of church.
And dating. Very fucked up.
Pastor, I'm sorry ahead of time. You'll forgive me. But here's the thing.
No, joking.
Nigumu. So, we dated a while, almost a year. Which is not a while for others. There are people who date for 5 years, which I question. What are you doing for 5 years? I was, as she said, former romantic. What did she say? Anyway, I was a romantic. I still am in some ways. So we dated, and then she goes for teaching practice. So while at teaching practice, another teacher who was readily available than I am snatched her from me.
In married her?
I don't know if they got married because after I found out, I cut all communications. But I was intending to marry her. I was intending to marry her. I had started hinting to my parents
about it.
I was preparing to marry her. So yeah, that happened. But now, yeah, I'm still. There are women. But I'm not dating for fun.
Is there a good woman to marry these days?
There are good women, and marriage works. Not for everybody.
I hope that you're enjoying this program. Over the last 15 years, I have been working online for clients in America, in Europe, and all over the world. And that is why it pains me a lot when I see a lot of African brothers and sisters saying that they do not have a job. Now, this is the problem. A lot of people are trying to look for a job in 2024 in their own town, in their local area. Now, the truth is, there are no jobs in Africa, at least not so many jobs. The good news is that we have internet these days. We have a tablet, we have a computer, we have a phone, and that means that we can do a lot of jobs, and those jobs are online. That is why over the last 4 years, I've been writing a book that is called Digital Goldmine. It is a book that explains to you how you can earn money online. The 18 hustles that I've chosen are basically for Africans, because what happens when you are doing online jobs is that payment is usually a problem. So these 18 side hustles that I have put together in this book, you can be paid very well and very conveniently. Okay, so the book is only 1,000 Kenya shillings. That is about $10. You can buy it in Kenya using pay bill number. You can buy it online from anywhere in the world using a credit or a debit card. All the information about this book is in the description below. And if you have a brother, you have a wife, you have a husband, you have a friend who is sitting at home and watching Netflix, please do buy this book for them. If you are the one sitting at home and watching Netflix and have nothing to do, please buy this book and your life is gonna change forever. Because I have been doing this online and I've been traveling and I've been enjoying myself and having a lot of fun. So thank you very much, and now back to programming. Why do you say you are married? The marriage works because your mother and father worked.
My mother, a lot of people in my circles worked. I guess it's from experience. It's still working.
I like that statement.
Yeah,
I like that statement. You are not one of those people that are looking at all these breaking marriages and saying shit.
I feel sorry for them. Yeah, I feel sorry for them when I see. But my age mates, my best friend who we grew up with, married very early. I don't know what I told him, you're mad. But 5 years on now, they have 3 beautiful children. One is adopted, but 3 beautiful children, and their marriage is beautiful. Thinking about it, a lot of people in my circles have working marriages, beautiful friendships. You know, marriage is just friendship, like I see with your wife. Unakwangu umetii ojagero
nimetii aje
unakwangu umetulia na mke wako
si huyo mama alitoka kwa street wewe unafikiria vipi?
Yeah, so I said marriage works because of what I have seen. So I'm really actually looking forward to it.
Yeah. How are you making sure that you get a woman? How are you trying to get women?
I'm going on dates.
You're going on dates?
Talking, yes.
You're talking to women?
Yes. I am. And I'm going on physical dates, not virtually texty. I'm
but actually it's long since the Camberlady left.
Okay, I'm announcing soon. What I say evil? It will work. But anyway, I do believe that first of all, social media amplifies things.
Does it?
It does. Because I will be like the way I've said, I've had good experiences with seeing people around me. That's my reality, what I wake up to every day and see physically. But when I log on to Facebook, I found all these stories of people, like these messed up stories of partners and marriages.
Yeah.
And it can wake me up sometimes. I'm like, will I also be like that? Like, is this the reality of the world? But you know that that's a very small reality. Like when you switch off your phone and come back to the actual reality, things are actually okay. So that's why I think social media.
What are questions that you really are really struggling with when it comes to marriage in your head as a young man?
Will I get tired of my wife?
What do you mean by getting tired? Get tired of having sex with her?
Not sex. Generally, will I tire of having the same routine every day? Because as you said, I'm a traveler. I see new things. I see new places. I'm being honest without hiding it. I was like, will I wake up one day? I'm like, we have been with, like, will it get boring? In the sense that you see how even in dating, you start with fire. You know that fire when you start talking. And then when
the butterflies.
Yes, when you start now actually working through your character, having another person, it becomes it's work. But you appreciate it, but it's work. So this is just dating. So if I'm committed to somebody, and let's say a child comes into the picture, like, I think that's the main thing that is in my mind. Like, will I say I don't want to live with this person anymore? So, yeah.
I think it is not the same as, it is the same as, how am I going to live with my sibling until I'm 18 years old, I get another place? It's the same as about my mother.
I'm tired of this one.
Yes, I'm tired of my mother, I'm tired of my father. I think it's just the same.
Wow.
It's just the same. But you don't leave because you're tired. You find a way
to work through it.
I think so. I think marriage is something that I agree that it's friendship. Yeah. But I also I think this is the third or the fourth time I'm saying in this podcast that marriage is really overrated.
It is.
Yeah, it's very much overrated in the sense that the way women get into marriages and the expectations they look forward to in marriages, and the same goes for men. You know,
niliona ukisema ulikuwa unangoja uoshewe vitu unashangaa kwa nini mimi sifanyiwi hizi.
Yeah. But you see, now that's not the question.
Yeah.
The question is, when you find out that that's not happening, how do you react to it? Because the way you react to it is going to break that marriage.
Wow.
Completely. Because, for example, if I insist that that I don't want anybody else to cook for me apart from my wife, we are going to be in problems. Huge problems. Yeah, and suddenly it's going to be really problematic for that marriage to work going forward. Because she has a job. She works longer hours than I do. Unajua mimi ni msanii.
Wewe ni msanii. Msanii anakuja kwa podcast.
Msanii
bana. You meet people.
Sisi wasanii bana. We are having the best of lives. But we are so broke.
We are broke, but we are living it.
Yeah. You know?
I will not replace my career for anything.
Yeah, so I think that's what breaks marriages. And just having you can't have a marriage like your father did.
Yeah.
It can't work.
It is impossible.
It is impossible to work. Like my grandfather and my grandmother.
Different.
They had a beautiful marriage.
Yeah.
Lakini huyu jamaa alikuwa jambazi. My grandfather. Ukilu gunmogo. The guy was bad. But women towed the line. He had two. Yeah. And they lived at that time. I don't want to get into the politics of whether walikuwa wananyanyaswa au mabibi ama namna gani. But they lived like that.
Yeah.
And and my father also lived just like his father. You know?
Yeah.
Women are children together.
Secondary citizens.
Yes, women and children, same WhatsApp group.
It's a very...
But if you decide that you were seeing your mother and father live like that, and then once hiyo mambo hapa town, utashtuka.
You will not believe.
Yeah. So if the woman that you're living with also wants to behave like her mother, you get the difference.
I get that.
If she also wants to behave like her mother and say that the man is the priest of the house, the one who sets the rules and everybody follow, although he can break them, you see, you do what I say, not what I do. And then that's your life. Yeah. Just live that life. So I think that's why I say that marriage is overrated, because Mimi, the way I grew up is not the way I am growing up.
Yeah.
Yes. Our father used to beat us thoroughly.
But you don't beat your child.
I don't beat my child.
Yeah.
Yes. And she's just fine.
It's not like she has turned into some wild
she doesn't grab my phone when I come to work. I see other parents. Simu anachukua anafika tu hivi mtoto amemrukia na amemwacha kama anatembea na simu. You see?
Yeah.
So but those people are also beating their kids.
Which makes you...
But also those kids are grabbing their phones. Mimi that I don't spank my kid, she doesn't take my phone. So it just depends.
So that means we do not have to follow the systems of God to do things right.
No, not at all. You know, yesterday I called a friend of mine and he was fighting with his kid over the phone. Yes, the phone, kwanza yeye ndo alishika hiyo simu. Mtoto wake ndo alishika hiyo simu. Sasa mimi I'm wondering why is the guy not talking? Kumbe alikuwa ameshika na sasa sasa and then the wife came and grabbed it and then it was taken to the husband. So Mimi, I nilingete tu hapo for the next 30 seconds or so wakifight over the phone.
It's not easy.
That is something that you have chosen. So that's what I see with women. Do you think that women are good people? They have brought problems into the world.
Women are good people.
Yeah.
Women are fighting for what they believe should have been fought for a long time ago. So, but you know, like all fights, there is the downside and the upside. Any fight, whether it's the fight of a country or even the protests that we held, whatever fight it is, there's an upside and a downside. Now it depends. So even with the movements of women fighting for women liberation, there has to be a side that must be radical. There has to be a side that is good and a side that is bad. I believe that inherently women are good people. Yeah.
Are women children?
No, they are not. Women are sharper than us.
Are they?
This is what I'm saying. From my experiences again, like looking at my mother. My mother did not go past Form 4. My dad went all the way to bachelor's. He's not done his master's, but he's a very smart man. But looking at the dynamics now, my mom, I realize now, smartness is not just book smart. The decision making and even the social decisions in our house stem from my mother. And some of them are enacted by my father from my mother. So women are very smart human beings. And I believe a lot of women hold, because there's emotional intelligence. A lot of them hold emotional intelligence. I think you set them off when you say women are emotional. That's a different thing. But I think a lot of them, in the spectrum of emotional intelligence, a lot of them hold it. And they can read you. Because men sometimes are so oblivious. Like I would see some of my friends do some things in social settings, and if I call them out, they're like, what do you mean? Imesema ati watoto wamepanga line, akaenda kasimama mbele yao, kasabu mbele ya watoto wadogo. It does not make sense to him. See, wao pia watapata chakula. So I believe that I've not done, Jagera, I will do research, but I believe that if they were to do research on emotional intelligence, women hold a lot of it.
Yeah.
But even other intelligences. Wasichana walikuwa wanatucharaza kama kulikuwa na msichana anaitwa Judy Brown.
Yeah.
Huyo msichana anatucharaza primary, high school. Akagraduate na like she was
very nice.
Yeah.
Can we play a game?
Let's play.
Here is your game. Read.
So how does this game do? I read it out loud.
You read out loud and you answer it.
Hii hatari Jagero.
Ushachukua ile hatari.
Umenianza pagumu.
The game is called being goofy with DWJ.
I love games. Uh-huh. So it says you can still contract an STI from oral sex.
How do you like oral sex? By the way, do you have sex as a Christian?
No, I don't.
You are a virgin?
No, I'm not a virgin. Now, my parents will not watch this this episode. They cannot watch this episode. They know I'm a good boy. So oral sex is good. But can you still contract an STI from oral? Yes, you can.
You can.
Hepatitis B is oral. Is an STI. It's classified as STI. Exchange of saliva, that's hepatitis B. I do believe that some forms of syphilis or gonorrhea can come from fluids, which is exchanged during oral sex. And you might ask yourself, how do I know all these things?
Yeah, I've read them in books.
And I've done trainings for young people in the community about STIs.
So you do? Is that what you do in the northern part of Uganda?
That's not exactly what I do. But I engage the youth. But this STY, I did it for a while somewhere in a campus. It was just this calls to churches and communities to discuss STIs and all. So yeah, you can still do it.
So it's my turn.
It's your turn. Atari.
Men reach their sexual peak in their late teens, while women peak in their 30s.
What do they mean we peak in
their late teens, while women peak in their 30s? I think do they talk? It is about sexual maturity. You see, like
Oh, like when you are very fully matured for sex.
Do you want to have sex with the 20-year-old? I'm a 30-year-old.
My pastorship has been revoked. But let me say, a 30-year-old will know more what to do than a 20-year-old.
That's what we are talking about. That's the peak. I think I would agree with being peak in 30s. Mm-hmm. They know what to do. You know, 20 is not the frontal lobe is not the frontal lobe is not even yet developed at 20 years.
It's true. It's
not yet developed.
Yeah.
So
in Africa 27, or is it 25?
In Africa 25. Ikiisha hapo November 25.
You're like, why was I making those decisions?
There is a lady who told me that you can't hold her responsible for anything she does until she's 26.
Okay.
Anything she does between now, she's a child. Hata akienda na pesa yako
sasa akuwe classified basi na watoto.
No. This is your turn to pick, bwana.
Hey, you are really waiting for my turn again.
Read aloud.
Hey! Kegel. Is it Kegel?
Kegel. I don't know what it is.
Kegel exercises can improve sexual function for both men and women.
What are
I know after these people will ask me, how did you know these things? But Kegel exercises, they help with
the pelvic movement.
Pelvic movements, yes. They're very good Kegel exercises. I think they do help.
There are women that insert things in their V's.
They do.
What are Kegel exercises?
But I do think the exercises that don't involve inserting anything. They're just like...
They should involve a type of physical exercise that strengthens the pelvic floor. Yeah, they can be beneficial for... And how does it work? Can we...
Look at it.
We should look at it. Kegel exercises.
Jagero, do you do Kegel exercises?
Surely.
I'm asking an intrusive question.
Our pelvic, how to perform. Identify the right muscle, the pelvic. Performance, tighten your pelvic floor muscles, hold the contraction for 3 to 5 seconds, relax the muscles for 3 to 5 seconds, repeat. So there is no insertion of anything.
There is no insertion. I was wondering because even
but the one that women insert is called what? I
don't know that one. What?
There's Kegel ball. What are they called?
For real? So you hold the watch it. Yeah.
This one we have already done. The 30s thing. Okay. I think it was a. Can I give you this?
Which one is it? Ukitaka kunipatia hiyo, hebu soma hiyo.
Bigger feet or hands equals larger. Wala tulianza vizuri na mambo ya uokovu.
Tume divert. Viewers listening, I'm still born again.
Bigger feet or hands equals larger dick size.
Has it been proven scientifically? I personally don't think it has been proven scientifically.
Have you read about it?
I have not even read. I've heard about it in social conversations. When people make joke about feet and hands. There's actually a lady who told me, can I see your feet? I'm like, hey.
Really?
Yeah.
You know, do you know how you ask ChatGPT things? Yeah. You take the photo.
Yeah, I know that new video. So, Jagero.
Yeah.
This hand and feet thing, it might be true or not. Because I think the basis of it is comparing limbs, all part of limbs and body parts. So maybe the assumption that one body part can show the size of another body part. But I'm not sure. That's just my assumption.
So they're saying that if you have got long hands, then you've got a long dick.
Most likely.
If you are tall like you, women should check you properly. The idea that larger hands or feet correlate with larger genital size is a common myth. Scientific research has not found a consistent or reliable connection between the size of feet, hands, or other body parts and genital size. Do you know there is a photo that they put got that guy, the Goliath guy, at the coast?
Which photo did they put?
I don't know. This guy has a girlfriend that is really short. Inamfikia sijui hapa kwa mapaja. Yeah, so they were saying, I can't wait for the night. What will happen?
Would you want to be that tall, Jagero?
No.
That one is too much.
I think it is too much. What does that one say?
Oh, this one is the same, the Kegel one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the same. They are repeating them.
They are repeating them.
Feet and hands.
Yeah.
Let's see. So it says you can't get pregnant if you have sex during your period. I have no experience with this, but this one is also, I don't know.
Hey.
First of all, period sex sounds very nasty.
There are people that want to have sex. Did you know that there are people who want to have sex? So we use ChatGPT to find the answer.
Yeah. There are people. So
there are people want to have. I hear there are people want to have sex when they're on their period. Is it possible to? Is this possible?
I see. So, DWJ has embraced AI.
Ai bana. Mimi AI is mambo yote bana.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yes, it is possible to get pregnant if you have sex during period, although it's less likely. Here is why: sperm can survive. Sperm can live inside the female reproductive system for up to 5 days. So if you ovulate shortly after your period ends, sperm from sex during your period could still be viable and fertilize an egg.
Abstain.
Women with shorter or irregular menstrual cycles might ovulate soon after their period, increasing the chances of pregnancy even if sex occurs during menstruation. It's important to use contraception if you want to avoid pregnancy.
Abstain. Abstain. Wait for marriage.
Wait for marriage.
Why are you looking at me as I die?
They were giving me tutu.
Yeah,
The printer.
The printer was generous with you.
Yes.
Hey,
This one is for you.
Which one is it?
This one is for you, brother. Is it possible for women to ejaculate during orgasm?
Ejaculate. Ejaculation in the sense that they release fluids. Because ejaculation usually refers to men, but I think it might be for both genders.
What could this ejaculation be?
I think it refers to release of fluids, maybe sexual fluids.
Me, I'm just using AI to ask these questions.
A married man should have experience.
Ejaculation.
Hey.
But even if you're no, but I think anybody who has had sex should have experience. Yes, it is possible for women to ejaculate during orgasm. This is sometimes referred to as female ejaculation. Well, we just scare female ejaculation, mijing.
I mean, I'm a good boy.
You're a good boy.
I'm a good boy.
It's your turn.
Hey, good boy. I'm a kwa sport. What's that one? Hey. All women orgasm from vaginal intercourse alone. No, it's a lie.
It's a lie. That's a myth?
It's a myth. All women. But I've seen studies that show that some women don't orgasm from vaginal intercourse alone. They don't yeah, so I don't think this is a blanket statement.
I also think it's a myth.
It's a myth. Tuende kwa yako sasa. I hope you get a video.
There are two. There are two. That's another one. Two.
We're almost done.
Only men experience sexual desire regularly.
Nah.
Women, you think women just get horny in a bus like men?
Yeah.
They do.
I think they do. I think women just get randomly horny, like us too. Plus for us, sometimes it's not even being horny. Like when it's cold, you just get a hard-on. It's not like you're horny.
A hard-on is not horny.
No. It's a natural reaction. Like when I wake up. So you won't say all men who wake up with a hard-on are horny in the morning. We are not. You'll wake up and go about your business without even thinking about sex.
That's a very new angle to it.
Yeah.
I thought it was like, the moment you've got a hard-on, you're horny.
No, I get hard-ons when it's cold. So, especially when I'm sitting on my desk in the house, I get hard-ons. Sometimes they become too uncomfortable because it's not sexual.
Yeah.
It's just a hard-on. And I have to go and distract myself, come back. Or
it is yours.
Breathing exercise.
They are two.
Yeah. Only men experience now. We've done that one.
Yes.
No, we've done it.
Yes.
We finished.
So that was
an interesting. Such questions can expose your core beliefs.
Sana.
Questions are dangerous. I'm always like, ask questions, but avoid questions because they can expose your inner person if you don't want it to be seen.
It was very, very nice talking to you. What do you do, Bana, with life? I want the women to know what you do so that they can I can lead them to you, because are you now satisfied? Am I you are still looking for women? If I have got a beautiful woman who wants a relationship, a good Christian woman.
Sasa wewe unaniharibia talking stage mahali. You're spoiling a talking stage somewhere.
Bwana unajua let me tell you.
Yeah.
Sometimes bwana mtu akikupatia dem unaanza na hapo.
Yeah.
I mean there is a lot of time to talk, to say whatever
I told
want.
you my age and you're like, I'm young. Some people think I'm get married.
No, they should not pressure you, bwana. Marriage comes with a lot of weight.
So yeah, I do a lot of things, Jagero. A lot of I live an interesting life. as how I perceive it. Some people might not think it's interesting, but I travel a lot because of my work. So there are many facets to my work. So there's my work that actually pays me, and then I love to volunteer too. And then, I think those two, let me just classify them there. But the work that pays me, I'm a project manager at a startup called Jaira. So Jaira is very new and it's a group of friends of mine who came together to set up a fund for young Africans. And it's not out there yet. We are supporting people in our circles for now, for a start. It's a very small startup.
Nilikwambia unipe pesa ukakataa.
Si nilikuuliza wewe ni Gen Z ukakataa kusema.
Why must it just be Gen Z, bro? Unaona the work I do here?
The work you do
think
is
this is not about... you buy me even a 6K camera. Me, I pay you pole. How much is a 6K camera? $2,000.
Hey, you just said $2,000, eh? Jagero, tutaongea kando after this.
Go ahead.
So what we do is we are in youth empowerment. So youth empowerment in the sense that you know what you're doing with empowering people with online jobs?
Yeah.
Because they don't have to wait for the jobs in traditional sense. That's empowerment.
Very good.
So in education, in business, in arts, we are empowering youths. And they are youths of Africa specifically. So that's what, I'm a project manager there. And then for volunteer work, I work with a Christian non-profit called Peer Servants. I'm the global director for youth empowerment programs. Again, in youth empowerment, it's my passion. And then for arts, I also am an author. I've written 3 books.
One of the books you brought me?
Yes, it's called If Love Was a Poem. This is the one I published in 2021. I'm also a ghostwriter. People bring books, ideas to me, and I turn them into books for them.
Yeah.
I do not do academic writing. I do not write papers and theses for people. I only do creative writing and autobiographies and memoirs. So that's my
this Amazon LLC.
Yeah.
They ask you to write it?
No, I just put it there because I'm a Lugo.
I like your honesty, brother.
Yeah.
I like you.
Yeah, so that's the only reason why I just feel like Amazon LLC produced my book.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted to produce books for long.
For sure.
Yeah, and
the ISBN number, they're the ones who give you.
They give you, yeah. They provide for you unless you have your own. Because they ask you, do you have your own, or you can provide for you. So
you pay?
No, it comes with. They give it for free.
Oh, beautiful.
Beautiful. Amazon has revolutionized book production.
I've always wanted to speak with you, brother.
Yes.
It was really, really nice catching up with you, talking about these issues, especially about Christianity.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I wish you well in your Christian walk.
Thank you so much.
It's always great to believe in something.
Yeah.
I think that if you believe in something that is giving you positivity, go ahead, believe in it.
Go with it.
Yeah. Sometimes mtu anakuambia Christianity is shit, but then you're looking at their lives and ikukombo sana.
Maybe because the people who don't believe in anything scare me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you cannot just exist. So, yeah.
They say that humans came out of the Big Bang Theory. You kitu bwana, if you see the way a human being works, and there's something boom, and everything started working.
Our bodies are magnificent.
Aye.
Yeah.
It was nice talking to you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you very much, people of the internet. That was me and Malela. I like the name Malela.
Thank you. It's a Luo name, actually.
It's a Luo name?
Yeah.
Malela.
Yeah.
Lela. You know there is a place called Lela.
I know. Even Malela exists. I've named a place called Malela in Homa Bay County. Yeah.
Oh.
But I don't know the meaning of Malela, so before you ask.
Until another episode. Bye for now.
Thank you.